Oh my, is that Khadijah?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Hello.
Khadijah and Sparrow.
Hello, guys.
All
And
right.
Sparrow and the crew.
Miss Anna.
Hi, Anna. I see you
Hi,
back there,
Anna. How
Anna.
you doing
I
back
see
there?
you. Anna, you're looking fabulous. Khadijah, looking fabulous. Sparrow,
Yeah, yeah.
fabulous. Sparrow, you are the bomb. You are the bomb diggity. Anyway, really quickly, just want to introduce everybody. Travesty Ya Majesty, Khadijah, our favorite millennial. Sparrow with a guest in the back. Hi, Anna. I see you back there. And Khadijah disappeared for a second, but guess what? Our guest is already in the waiting room, so I'm going to waste no time. I'm going to bring her in.
Gotta make sure those things are.
She's coming in momentarily. So anyway, really quickly, I know both of you, actually all three of you are on your way to an event tonight. Sparrow, you want to give a quick plug for the event?
Yeah, so basically it's the Fairy Godmother Foundation having a fundraising gala tonight, and it's gonna have live entertainment, celebrity entertainment, as well as just fun food and dance and music. And
Nice.
Sparrow International, we're covering the event tonight. So yeah, Khadijah's coming to represent Anna. And yeah, so we're just doing a ladies' night type of thing with the Fairy Godmother Foundation. They're basically focused on domestic violence, helping domestic violence individuals find shelter and resources and whatever necessities that they need to access to help them out of their circumstances or help them through whatever it is they need to go through. So it's a really good organization and what they're about.
Wonderful. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome right now. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of fabulous young ladies, we have right now who just joined us, Ms. Natasha Coleman-Ball. Natasha.
Hi, how
Hello,
are you?
Natasha.
There she is.
Hey,
In all her
Betsy.
glory.
Hi.
Well, anyway, Natasha, we have her on the show. Natasha is actually getting ready right now to establish her own agency. I'm very excited to have her on the show. She's doing it out of, Natasha, you're doing it out of DC, correct?
DC and Maryland, yes.
DC and Maryland. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Natasha, and the agency you're about to start?
Of course, of course. Well, my name's Natasha. I'm a native of Maryland. I've been in Maryland my whole life. I went to Texas for my undergraduate degree in business, and now I'm doing school online at UMGC to get my master's in project management. I've been doing pageantry for about 12 years, and I've been in the modeling industry for 10. And that's when my agency comes to play, because I've been in the industry. However, the industry has changed a lot, but not enough for inclusion and diversity amongst men and women. So that's what my agency is about, is basically incorporating those who feel like their looks or anything past related can't get them on the screen or on TV or in magazines. And that's basically my agency is there to include them no matter what they feel about themselves. So that's basically what I'm starting an agency for.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That is great. Good for you. The whole diversity package, basically.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Awesome. That is awesome. Fabulous. And let me ask you this though. Have you run into any roadblocks yet?
Oh, of course. The biggest roadblock is definitely local competition when it comes to running an agency or even starting it up, because you have to compete with the ones that are very money hungry. And that's something that I'm completely against. I think that if someone wants to get involved in modeling and acting, they shouldn't be spending their whole life savings trying to do something that they love to do, which is something I've struggled with, trying to find the people that are genuinely concerned about my career rather than just concerned about my money. So it's basically the competition between local agencies and even the bigger ones that people are still trying to get in after years and years of trying to change themselves and change their brand. And it's ridiculous, but I'm here to basically say, I'll help you no matter who you are. I don't say no. There's so many possibilities, and that's the biggest obstacle so far, is just letting them know that I am here for them and not here for their money.
Boy, oh boy, you got your work cut out for you, basically.
I do, I definitely do.
You're a little bit modest, though. I believe Harvard fell in there somewhere. Am I not mistaken?
Yes, Harvard did fall in there. I was able to take a summer internship program for an extensive certificate degree or business for Harvard. It was very overwhelming. I realized that Harvard is no joke. When they say Ivy League, they definitely mean Ivy League. And I only went there for a summer. It was an 11-week course, but I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity. It taught me a lot about business and being financially ready to have a startup business and the industry, the economic part of it. And there's so many things I didn't know. And I have a business degree. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity to be able to go and be blessed with it because I didn't have to pay for anything. Thank goodness. My grade point average actually got me a full scholarship to the Harvard program. And I will always be grateful for that opportunity.
Listen, I'd be lucky to get a full scholarship to community college.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Harvard would be like, nah. They would look at me and be like, nah. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Turn around.
Education's always been important. I've been extremely lucky this far because with my undergraduate degree, I also got a full scholarship. So I've been going by the grace of God, honestly.
There you go.
Well, all the power to you for even wanna as a woman to use your intelligence as well as your beauty to make something of yourself. Like that's understanding your power. That's deep respect right there. So yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Coming from a woman is like, it's so much better when you hear from an actual woman that's doing things in the community. It's like, oh, yes.
We all when you're out there and you have that vision, just keep going with it because I love what you're doing. It's really good. Maybe one day we could collaborate,
Most definitely.
But just like that's awesome. Like, and the whole emphasis on education, like that's your crown, my sister. Wear that.
I will.
Yeah.
Speaking of crowns, what's the crown you got on now?
It's my 23rd birthday tomorrow, so I am celebrating all weekend.
Wow, a Halloween baby.
Yes, Halloween baby. I'm a trick and a treat.
My date of birth.
You're the coolest.
It's an old Beastie Boys song. Don't mind me.
Wow.
Happy birthday. That's amazing.
Yes, happy birthday. Yeah.
Scorpio season.
Yes, the best season ever. It's okay though. To all the other non-Scorpios.
Any ladies' night plans or anything?
Honestly, I really just want to spend time with the family this year. I did the whole ladies thing in college. It's just that's done with right now. But yeah, I'm spending time with the family this weekend.
Okay, that's nice. That's peace.
Definitely.
Do you hear that, fellas? She's a family woman.
That is very nice. That's wonderful.
Power to the sister. Needs a strong man.
Listen, more power to her. Absolutely on that. More power to you. So I see that we just have Kristy who popped in. Kristy, I just want to introduce Natasha to you. Natasha, Kristy, Natasha.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I loved the words of wisdom that Sparrow was sharing, were poured into you. So I can tell you're just a phenomenal woman. So
thank you. That's actually my favorite quote from Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman. I love that poem so much.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you a quick question, Natasha. What does it take to be a phenomenal woman these days? What have you experienced?
Honestly, I've learned that it's just being unapologetically you. There's so many people trying to imitate others to get success or to move further along in their career. And I just learned that the mistakes that I've made helped me grow into who I am today. And those mistakes had me get to the point where I'm now. So I just think it's just being yourself and being true to who you are. And the people that come into your corner and pretend like they're rooting for you, you just have to get past all the ones that will leave your life and continue to move forward. And that's just the thing I do, is just continue to move forward no matter how many times people try to tear you down.
Well, you know what, Travis, you and I being the elders of the group, we have a lot of powerful millennials around us here. Am I not right?
But that's a good thing. The world will be a better place tomorrow. Hopefully, right?
Yes, we are building right here. Let my monsters grow.
And you can say it came from the U.S. Roundtable. The change of the world started right here.
Absolutely, 1000% on that. Absolutely.
leaders. Yes. Yes. Own your power. Out there.
Love
Everyone
that.
out there. You had a dream. Guess what? Go live it. This is that time to live it. COVID is not the time for things to shut down. It's the time to build anew.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go out
Love
there,
that.
do what you want to take that money that you got, invest in yourself, just use the connection that we all made out there for you. The millennials built it. It's called the web.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. No, that's so powerful too. Yeah, there's so much power in that too, Sparrow. It's just like, we all get these little itty bitty nuggets on our hearts. Like we all get callings for something. It's like, and everyone individually gets that. You don't get somebody else's, you get whatever is specifically called to you. So it's important for you to lean in and really carrying it out, you know?
Well, you know what? Speaking of millennials, Khadijah, our favorite millennial, do we have a millennial report to bring up?
Shy. Stop being shy.
Let's see. I'm frustrated with how people under me do not just do the chores. Like you kind of have to fight with them more. And I'm mentioning this because like I was at my mom's house today while partially getting ready. And so my mom asked my brother and sister to bring the groceries in, and they did just that, bring the groceries in. Then my mom's like, because she's talking and dealing with me, she's like, did you guys put them away? And they're like, no. And it's just like, if you don't tell them to do it, they're not. But I remember my mom bringing groceries home, and I would just do it. Like, she didn't have to say it, which is part of bringing them in.
So what are we saying now these days? The kids are even more lazy than what we were at one point?
Yes. Yes, and that's what my mom says. She's like,
That is
oh,
true.
they're so lazy.
I do
Yeah, I
agree.
tell her that my
lazy.
brother was eager to get back to his video game, and my sister was eager to get back to a video chat she was on.
Yeah. First off, I
Like
just
it-
want to say, Sparrow and Khadijah, y'all and Natasha, y'all look amazing. I mean, Peter and y'all look amazing too, but y'all look like really done up gorgeous. I just want to highlight that right now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
But I wonder, but speaking of Millennial Report, I wonder if I just don't think they have like those common connective pieces of like, they don't understand the implied, like, okay, they want like very specific, you need to bring in the groceries, do this, do this, do this. Like they don't have the ability for some reason to like understand the undertones that is associated with like something. I've noticed that just like even with tasks, some people at work, I'll be like, oh, I need you to set up this room. Like you all are, or I was doing training at one point, and this was an office different from where I was at. And I was like, hey, you need to like set up the room. Like I'm not there. You're going to have to kind of like put it together. But they just thought like, I just needed to book it. I needed to give like very specific instructions for them to follow all the way through. Like,
Yeah.
Well, Travesty, when we were growing up, it was the same thing in a way, right? I mean, how many times did my father definitely stepped it out. Was lazy. What are you, lazy? What's the matter with you? I walk 15 miles to school. What do? You go around the corner. How many times have you heard that story?
Yeah, it's true. It seems like every generation does take the others before them are lazy. But she has a real good point with that. It seems like the younger people today really have a problem following instructions and directions. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because there's crazy vibes coming out of iPads and phones that are frying the brain. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But you could just say something simple like, pick up that and bring it over here. And it's like, huh? What? Do what? You know what I'm saying? Just the simplest stuff. And it's like, or something going on in there. I don't know.
It's like, wait a minute. You want me to do something manual? I don't do that.
Is there a button to
so
push?
much power.
Is there a button on that I can push that happens? I mean, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? No, you pick it up with your hand. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I mean, go ahead, Natasha. I see you're saying something.
I was just gonna say it's a lack of work ethic that the generation even my generation. This generation has so much of a bad just influence from social media. Their work ethic has lowered because even now I still take notes by hand in class, and that's just me personally because I feel like I understand it more. But everything is so technology and social media and the work ethic has gone down. They don't want to do the exceed expectations. They want to do the bare minimum.
I think it's disappeared because at this point you don't even really have to take notes because a teacher will send you the summary of whatever happened. So you're not really retaining it. Like you're not writing it over. You're not writing it in your style of how you would understand it. It's don't even worry about it. Someone's just gonna email you the summary of what happened anyway. So it makes it almost like, what's the point? It's almost like when calculators got introduced. People stopped knowing timetables off the top of their head because they had a calculator everywhere they went.
But you know what? To that calculator,
like we went from like a total dependency of having something always there, giving us a structure that, you know, the younger generation, like the computerization of everything helped us like have things easier and handed to us more quickly and faster, which allowed them to I saw this movie once that was like that. It was based in the future about a robot. It was a Pixar movie or a Disney movie, and it was about this robot.
Was it Wheelie?
Can you hear me?
You mean Wally?
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 Was it
I
Wally?
don't think that's what she's talking about, but what you're talking about is Wally, not Willie.
Willie, or was it Short Circuit? Was it the movie Short Circuit? Because that was another Disney.
I don't know, Peter. Short Circuit is way back in the day. I don't know if you even know that.
Yeah, she said, yeah, it is Wally.
Yes, it was Wally?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone was lazy and they weren't moving and they weren't, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little low, but I hear you.
Okay, my bad. I'm like sitting here. But anyways, yeah. So, sorry. But what happened was, was so fat and lazy and they couldn't, no fat shaming, not fat shaming, just speaking on a just listen, I'm from the 90s. We used to call it fat, okay? Overweight, plus size. It's just the language, okay? But anyways, yeah, so we had, and they were like totally codependent on the machinery to survive. They didn't even know how to survive. And that was like such a concept of what we can turn into if we don't apply the science of both technology and being physically active and interactive. It's like we've separated the two too much, but don't know how to combine the two now. And so like I see that the Zoomers don't know how to communicate properly. Everything is like, they even talk like lulls and like stuff like that. I've heard these terminologies like that. They don't even talk full English. So how do you communicate what you're feeling and what you know if you're not even like communicating only to address a short attention span? And
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And that's absolutely true. If my mom says something to my brother and sister, I think they know what they're feeling, but don't know how to say it. But it results in them just crying. Like they get overwhelmed and they start crying. And my mom's like, "What are you crying for? I didn't even hit you. Like, I didn't hit you. I didn't touch you. I didn't really yell. I'm asking you a straightforward question." And they'll really just like crumble. And I'm looking at them like, I wish I had it this easy growing up. Y'all don't know what mom used to do.
Well, listen, getting back to that, you know, Travesty and I being the elders, you know, you millennials have no idea what it was like growing up. And oh man, we went through hell.
Peter, you're making us sound like we're like 80. Don't use that word. Just say we're a little, you know.
We are the elders. We are the elders. We are the Xers. We want us to say the Xers, we're the Xers. But you know what?
All right.
It's funny. It's funny that Sparrow brought up Disney, because believe it or not, they're actually trying to start a dress code at Disney due to some vulgar T-shirts that people wore at Disney. So I think that's even more hilarious. Could you imagine a dress code? What's the point? Why would you want to do a dress code at Disney? Does that make any sense to anybody out there? Natasha, what do you think?
I guess because of that.
I was just going to say that it's even the fact that they have to do that because of the vulgar T-shirts. I think self-expression has gotten a little out of hand lately. So a lot of times people are taking everything in their mind and thinking it has to be out there in the world when not everything has to be said or done visually for people to see, because it gets to a point where people are saying too much, making people uncomfortable, and they're not filtering their actions in words anymore. Just the fact that Disney has to have a dress code, I think that's honestly crazy for it to get to that point of people who can't sit there and freely enjoy Disney. People who sitting there wearing Mickey Mouse ears because they just truly enjoy it. But now it's like, no, we gotta wear slacks and t-shirts, like white t-shirts to Disney. I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot of pressure right now being put on Disney because a young woman and young man, they were a couple, they were walking in Disney, and he had a t-shirt on, and everybody knows the Disney, the big D, the D that Disney. Okay, so he basically on his t-shirt said, "I gave her the D," and she's wearing "I wanted the D." So all of a sudden now everybody's like in an uproar because they wore these two shirts. For me, I think it's hilarious.
Did they use the Disney D though?
The Disney D, yeah, I gave her the D.
That is kind of foul. That's kind of foul.
That's a bit extra for Disney.
Right. I'm like, your grown self, like, what are you doing? Isn't it like a kid's? I don't know.
And kids these days know way too much for their good now, and it's kind of scary. I'm like, what do you know about that? Like,
they Google everything.
It's all available.
They Google everything. It's all on Google.
They'll Google everything, but put up the groceries when that you bring in the
Yes, and getting back to that, you have to send a text message to the next generation now to do something. We all get that, but getting back to the whole thing with Disney, I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, what is wrong with that T-shirt? I gave her the D.
I personally don't see anything wrong with it, especially because when you watch things like the cartoons they have now on TV, there are a lot of subliminal messages. And I literally watched a video not too long ago about parents watching the same episodes as their kids and seeing if their kids got the subliminal messages, and none of them did. That's just not where their mind is. It's not what it developed to yet. But it was funny for the parents because they knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, I think that's why they did that too, to make it so that the parents can watch it with the kids. But at the same time, I'm a mom, so I come from that prejudice of a mom. I don't want my kids seeing certain things. It's just so simple.
Oh, Sparrow, come on. I gave her the D. Your kids aren't going to know what that means.
It does.
They might.
If they Google it.
The donut. It's the donut. I gave her the donut. I wanted the donut.
She'll do this.
Then they might be like, why you didn't say donut?
What's the D?
And you can just say, yes, it's Disney. He gave her the Disney. That's all. There it is. Done.
I wouldn't have an appropriate reaction because I will first be shocked, and she will know by my reaction.
That is something she's not supposed to know.
Sparrow, come on now. I get it. You're being conservative. I get it. I got you on that. But you know what? This week happens to be the week of all types of scandal. Okay? Forget about I gave her the D and she wanted the D in Disney. All right? Forget about that for a second. There was also a high school that's under investigation right now in Kentucky for doing all kinds of lewd acts. Apparently, they had their high school seniors dress up in women's clothing and actually give lap dances to the teachers and faculty at this specific school, and all of the female students, senior students, wore Hooters outfits. So if you're worried about the D at Disney, think about what's going on in Kentucky right now. It's completely whack.
We're just sexualizing our children because we're prepping them for the pedos, because no one wants to address the pedos in their own families. So we're covering it up, and then we're just letting these pedos jobs, because just like men buy cars because it attracts women, pedos go into places that attract kids.
Apparently this was some sort of male review. This was a male review, and forget about that for a second. So you ready for this one? This was the week of scandals. There's a young lady, a mother in Florida, not too far out of Orlando, speaking at Disney again, where she was banned from the PTA because of her OnlyFans account. And the PTA basically threw her out, the whole nine. So she's going through a whole bunch of stuff right now. So how does everybody feel about that? She has an OnlyFans account. One of the actual people in the PTA saw it and brought it to the attention of the PTA, and they threw her out. I mean, that's how she makes a living.
Yeah, because they always want to slut shame a woman. We're gonna tell our girls, our daughters, it's okay to go on music videos, clap your ass, go out there and do that. But how dare you be a sexy woman?
But my thing is, don't you have to like subscribe to an OnlyFans? Like, isn't there something like in order to get access, you had to do something on yourself to like see, you know what I mean? So like, who was the person who wanted to like?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kristy. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because the person who blew the whistle on her happens to be a subscriber to her OnlyFans page.
Right.
Exactly. So shame on the person who tried to shame her, right?
Was it a guy or a girl?
You know what?
This is juicy because it now
Yeah.
becomes why.
It doesn't say.
Always
Get
ask
out
the
of
why.
Natasha, how do you feel about
guy,
that?
it's because she wasn't taking on his passes.
That's
If
what
it
I
was
was
a
about
girl,
to say.
She probably secretly loved her, but hating her too for her shine.
Well, either that or
That's
he
what
wants,
bitches do out
Never
there.
know.
They be loving you and hating you at the same time.
well, either that or maybe he wants to be her, right? Am I right? I mean, this day and age, he might want to be her.
Maybe, honestly, I was just gonna say that it could be a guy that tried to talk to her maybe outside of the PTA, and then she probably turned him down. Maybe she turned him down respectfully. We don't know, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be he versus she or she versus she. It's always something that's going on in their head to think, oh, I can get something out of this if I turn her in or if I do this and that. And because at the end of the day, what is her OnlyFans account affecting if no one from the school, like the kids or anything, are subscribed to her OnlyFans? You know?
Exactly.
It's really sad because we demonize women enjoying their femininity and using it to make money. And then a lot of times it's like, the truth is people want to turn women out for this purpose. And then there's women out there who will go up there and then make advances on men because they're powerful or have money. And then also turn around and then those same women are tarnishing other women's reputation, because a woman's reputation is everything in this world. If you don't have a good reputation, that endangers you, which I believe is why they should, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, they should make it a hate crime to call a woman a whore or a slut. And it should be also child endangerment charges if she has children and you're caught slandering her. That should be, that aggravated harassment should be taken to a higher level because of what it brings to women. And then women use that to endanger each other, slut shame each other, and then men that get rejected feed off of that. And then women are getting raped because of this, because we're endangering each other, slandering each other. And then this woman shouldn't have gotten fired, but that school was allowed to have lap dances. So they can turn our children out.
Right.
And then the women grow up to be like, okay, I'm going to monetize what I have. And then they have a problem with it.
Right.
Step up your Kegel game, ladies, if you got a problem with it. That's what
Well,
I say.
it goes back to the same thing, right? It's a double standard. Speaking of double standards, my question to Natasha is, Natasha, forming this agency that you're bringing about, how often are you now the victim of a double standard?
Oh, all the time. I recently actually just I made a post and someone told me that I was being too sexy in my pictures, and I just like to bring up the fact that sometimes it can be a race thing. Me being a Black woman, Black women tend to have natural curves more than anything. But I asked them, let me ask you a question. If this was, a Caucasian woman in the exact same outfit I'm in, would you body shame her because, we have two different body structures? And I've noticed that a lot when it comes to me. I can wear the same thing someone else wears, but since it looks different on me, I'm all of a sudden a bad example to young women or to people that are looking at me from that standpoint. And I think it's ridiculous, especially since the society is changing so much now, because now even men are wearing dresses and skirts and expressing themselves as well. So are you going to body shame them because they're being disrespectful to the young male generation? I don't think you would, because at the end of the day, now I was going to say it's basically LGBT rights slandering. So it's all a bunch of double standards, honestly, when it comes to men, women, sexual orientation, race. It's just a life I have to deal with. But at the end of the day, there's so many other people that deal with the exact same thing, and not enough people are talking about it. So when you step up and talk about it, you'd be surprised how many people are in that community dealing with the exact same issue.
These all these other young ladies that are aspiring to be models, what kind of advice would you go ahead and give to them regarding getting into this industry?
I honestly would say that, one, respect yourself. Don't ever do anything that you think will get you more fame or followers just because someone else is doing the exact same thing. Like, if you don't feel comfortable wearing lingerie, don't do it because you think it's going to get you ahead. Or if you're not comfortable posing nude, don't do it. I honestly never have posed nude before because in my morals, I think that I would never do it. And there's been plenty of times I've turned down jobs and people tell me I would never make it because I'm not showing enough skin. And a lot of women, they succumb to that. They succumb to the standards that they need to be this way in order to make money or to make it in the industry. So the number one rule I say would never do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, and also never give up. There's so many women that's wanting to do the exact same thing that you're doing. And I've been doing this for 12 years, and there's been plenty of times I've been like, okay, I'm not going to make it. Let me just quit right now and find a 9-to-5 and then, go on with my life. But if I would have done that, there's so many things I wouldn't have got a chance to do. I wouldn't have gotten a chance to be on the billboard. I wouldn't have gotten a chance to go to London and do all these amazing things in my life. So those are the number two rules I honestly think is just be yourself. Don't ever do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing, and just don't give up.
What was one of the hardest issues you had to overcome when you first started out?
It had to be my height. I'm actually 5'7", but in the modeling industry, most women who are making it very successfully are 5'9" and up. And there's been plenty of times that I didn't even get a chance to audition or to even show them my talent because they look at my stats, they'll see 5'7" on the paper, and they'll turn me away right at the door without even letting me in. So it really is just, letting people know that my height doesn't matter. I can walk, I can pose, I can sit here and I can make you feel something, but you will never know when you keep turning me away because I'm not fitting the standards of a typical model. So that's one of the challenges I've had to face throughout this entire time, is being 5'7" and not the acceptable height, which is 5'9" and up for women.
And you know what? I absolutely agree. And that's because even for myself, when you guys see me today, I don't usually look like this. But people like to put me in a category where it's like, well, you have to do this, you have to dress up. It's not that I can't. It's just because I don't look like something one day does not mean like I can't do it. It's just not giving me the chance. And I've had the same thing with jobs. Like, I work in construction, but it was so hard to get to a point where I found a company or someone who would take me because I'm a woman. Like, you're not giving me a chance to show myself and what I can do and my knowledge and how I can make things better. And that gets really frustrating. So that's absolutely true. And I don't know why people continue to put people in boxes when even before, colleges existed and everything else, people did what they were good at. Like, if I want to be a freaking blacksmith, I could be a blacksmith because I'm good at, making shit out of metal.
Blacksmithing. Yep.
Right, exactly. So it's just
strange. It's a weird thing. I don't know why. I wonder that all the time. We didn't start off this way.
Yeah, the thing is too is what is good to know is like, it's hard what you both are experiencing, especially being the onlys. You know what I mean? You walking into the pathway, like, this is very few people who are your height, Natasha, or even a woman in your field, Khadijah. But what's great is like that you all are paving a way for others to follow. You are going to be that inspiration for someone behind you, or seeing like, oh shoot, you know what? I can be, I shouldn't have to worry about my height because this person's done it, or this person has been able to make themselves successful in the field. Because sometimes it's like people will stop just because it's not the norm. But the fact that you all are going against that is truly inspirational for someone behind you.
I absolutely agree. That's why I wanted to open my agency so bad, because that's like the people who have been turned away for the things that I feel like are just natural. I can't control my height. You know, I can't get taller if I wanted to. Just like how plus size women, it's not even considered plus size anymore. Ashley Graham, for the longest, I love Ashley Graham, she's an icon, but for the longest, she was considered the standard plus size. And if you look at Ashley Graham now and compare it to other plus size women, she is in the middle of plus size, and there's so much more range of plus size women to go after that, but they're only including those that have a certain size, and that's just, I think it's just still discriminatory, because there's women out here that can't even get jobs as a plus size woman because they're too big. And I'm like, why is that? If you're supposed to be sitting here promoting plus size, why aren't you including every type of plus size woman?
Well, Natasha, speaking of plus size, let me ask you this. Are you going to welcome every body type to your agency, or are you going to go ahead and specialize in a specific?
Absolutely. That's the whole point really for my agency. I'm welcoming people with any body size. It's also, for me, I think a lot of people who are gender fluid, because I am an ally for LGBT rights, and people who are in the middle of wanting to express themselves femininely or masculine, and it's just like people don't understand that sometimes. They don't understand why a woman would want to be masculine in the modeling industry, and they get turned away as well. They're like, you're a woman, you need to wear a skirt and heels, not trousers and slacks and all this other stuff that the men wear. And that's another reason why I'm starting my agency, because gender fluid people, they want to model too, but they don't want to model things that they're supposed to. They want to model things that make them feel comfortable. So it's just an acceptance of all areas for me. And I think it'll be very important to really express that, because a lot of people don't understand why there's so much hate in the industry. If you're actually in it, it can really hurt someone's self-esteem. Like, you have to have a strong self-esteem, high self-confidence in order to even trying to compete against everyone in this, because somebody will say something to you and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I feel defeated. I feel like I'm not good enough. There's no way I'll be able to make it. And that's just the harsh reality of it.
Wow, that's a lot going on there. So you're going to welcome pretty much everyone and anyone with open arms.
Exactly.
Will there be any training involved? Are you going to be training young ladies and young men how to walk down the catwalk, or how to do a proper magazine shoot, so on and so forth?
That's also going to be a part of it. Yes, I always imagine myself being a teacher of some sort, even though being and having my own agency or management company, however anyone want to call it, because to be honest, a lot of times people coming in, they're new, they don't know what to do, and they're just thrown out there with the wolves, and they have no idea how to compete against the people that's been doing this for as long as I've been doing this. I do want to offer services that comes with their membership, because when I was little, acting and modeling classes bled my parents' pockets dry, and I didn't realize as I got older how much they truly invested in this career for me. And when I look back on it, I'm like, wow, it's really a money game. They're sucking all the money they can out of you just to give you a little walking lesson for an hour every 3 weeks, you know? And it's ridiculous. So that's something I really do want to help people out with, because I do that for free anyways. A lot of times I'm do pageant coaching to newbies for free. I always give the first lesson free for any of my clients, because I feel like if they don't want to do it, the first lesson is a very important time to see if if their heart's in it. So that's something I already do now. So might as well make it a part of my agency.
Wow, good for you.
That's nice.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're almost at that magic time. Natasha, if you want to go ahead and give us a shout out whomever you want to shout out, now's your magic time.
Okay, I want to shout out my parents, of course. They're going to be watching this episode when it airs, before everything, for all that they have done for me and my wonderful family. I also want to shout out my agency that I'm with now, Supermodels Unlimited. They have helped me a lot with coming into my own and making me feel very just beautiful on an everyday basis. And I just want to shout out you guys, of course, for having me on the show. Thank you so much for having me here. And I really enjoyed talking to each and every one of you.
Well, we enjoyed it. And thanks for coming on, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
See ya.
Keep it up.
Well, that was nice.
That was cool, right? That was dope. Well, anyway, listen, really quickly, I just want to let everybody know I got some breaking news. the very rare, extremely rare penis plant just bloomed the first time in over 2 decades. Just want to let everybody know that.
Oh, it's raining.
No, really, seriously. It's in the Netherlands and it came through. And apparently, the last time it bloomed was 1997. So I just want to let everybody know. Just want to let everyone know. So anyway, that just came through me now. So thank you CNN for that. Of all the things, CNN went ahead and let us know that. So again, another great episode, everyone, and it was dope. So you Wilhelmina and Khadijah, you're on your way to a very cool event tonight. I wish I could be there with you. I'm somewhere in Jersey right now. I don't know where, but I'm in Teaneck. I don't know how close that is to where you're.
I was about to say it looks different where you're at. Okay.
Yeah, I am in Teaneck, New Jersey right now, and I'm having a blast here. Just want to let everybody know that. I'm enjoying myself. So, anyway, does anybody have anything to talk about regarding the penis plant before we go?
That's wild.
Extensions over here.
That's so wild.
It's true. It just came through. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, thanks for the info. I'm sure we all needed to know this.
Well,
My gosh.
After 20 years, it got aroused. What can I tell you?
That right. I think men have officially made themselves gigolos these days. They don't need to get that right. They need to get the other shit right.
A man is a gigolo officially? I don't get it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, we're trying to steal the money. We're trying to take the money.
You know what? Every guys focus on the D game. That's not. Come on, a real woman ain't all about the D game because that could be too.
Well, you know what's so wild too is that most of the time, like the girls that they be trying to go after, like aren't even that sexual in the first place. Like the ones who like prim and prompt on like, but they focus on the DJ, and then they got these like, and I'm just like, this is like wild.
They're the fake hoes that like, you see hashtag in a good way, empowering hoe. Okay.
Yeah.
They're the fake ass girls that like, I'm not like that.
They're like, oh well, I'm
a good girl.
I don't
watch
really
out for that bitch, brothers.
Right. The ones who ain't
going after everything you got.
Right.
Speaking of all this, though,
what does this have to do? What does this have to do with the penis plant? I'm sorry, it's out of the Netherlands.
Because I think that's what's important. No, that's for you. That's for you guys to sword fight and say mine is bigger. Okay,
not
that's
me.
for y'all.
He brought it up. I didn't even want to know this information.
That's important. Oh, what race has the biggest what? That's for you.
We're talking about a
spiritual one.
Sparrow, we're talking about a plant. It's a plant, okay? It's a botanical.
And a plant.
It is. It's a plant. The penis plant. It's a plant. That's what I just said.
Penis plant. I'm thinking like extension.
I
don't know what it was, period. I just didn't know what to say. I was just like, okay, well. I know if you meant like a chemical plant or plant.
Like the
I just know you put the news out there, and I was with it after that. I was like, okay,
ain't
good.
Nobody
Whatever
give a
that
crap
meant.
about no penis size.
It's a plant. It's an actual plant. It's a plant.
With
not
leaves
a
on it?
You're messing with me, bro.
No, it's in the Netherlands. It's an actual plant. It's called the penis plant, and it finally bloomed after 20 years.
Look, honestly, I didn't know you meant that either, though.
Why
I'm like
penis?
Wilhelmina. I thought you meant
You're
like
not
a
saying
plant.
it right.
Where
No,
they make like
penis.
fake ones or something
No.
like that. That's what I was picturing. I thought I was like a plant.
It's the penis
Strap-ons
plant.
there or something. That's what I was thinking, or something weird like that. That's what I was thinking.
Kristy, I'm with you.
Industrial plant is what I was thinking.
This is the penis plant. It is a rare plant over in the Netherlands, and there are pictures all over the web. It finally bloomed. And yes, there's a huge
nothing rare about the penis. That's the wrong name for it.
I thought you said the penis plant blew. Like it was
the penis plant officially bloomed after 20 years, and the shaft finally came out.
That's what I thought.
I'm thinking like bloom, like.
I thought he said it blew up, and it was a plant.
Well, speaking of things that are sexual, Peter, your answer to what your wife said about eating cereal.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh my God.
Never give us the answer.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because you know what? I forgot to ask.
You ain't forget. You just know you was going to get slapped around if you asked that question.
No,
That's
she's
what it
upstairs.
was.
No, she's
That part,
upstairs.
Travis.
Now I could
That
ask her.
part.
Listen, you want me to run upstairs really quickly and see, and then I'll come back
Yeah,
down?
go ahead.
Actually,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, we do. We
I
do.
do too. I want to see this.
All right, I'll be right
I want
back.
to see it.
Well, she's not gonna come down, but let me run upstairs. All right, give me one
All
second.
right.
All right.
You might get slapped right back down here.
All of a sudden, we're gonna hear him like, "Oh my God, so I have the
He's
answer."
going to come through the ceiling right there.
He gonna have the bowl over his head, milk dripping down here. He'd be like, she didn't want to do it.
Wow.
She
Much.
said no. She said no or showed no.
Well, I got a yes. So
Yeah, there's a limit. That's beyond it.
Waiting for the verdict.
So, Kristy, how's your night?
Oh, it is going. I feel like the weekends just speed up for some reason. I'm like, is it already Sunday tomorrow?
Yep.
Right?
But it's
Not
good
enough
though.
time.
It's a nice little like fall day, but it wasn't too cold. So,
Mhm.
it's
No,
good.
the weather's horrible here. It's been raining and raining and raining. It's like
It's a little
50
bit of both.
degrees.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's y'all night?
We're late, but fashionably.
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's
Uh-oh.
okay when you can
What's
be
the
late
verdict?
showing up like how you look. Okay.
All right, yeah, she said no.
I know.
I'm not surprised.
She emphatically said no. However, I say yes. I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would. I totally would. But she gave me the big fat no. By the way, really quickly, does everybody see my glass? I got my Halloween glass here.
Cute.
I see it.
Okay, and one other thing, really quickly here. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh, I see it.
it's adorable.
Aw.
It repeats everything. See that?
I love it.
Well,
I'm gonna put that in my kids' room and see what
That's
they're
a
talking
nice-
about.
It's repeating you guys. Somebody say something.
Repeat.
Something. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say. I want to say something.
No, well, we can always do that again next week. I just want to let everybody.
I want to play with it.
Well, anyway, so I got a big fat no. I just want to let everyone know that. Big fat no, no, no.
I knew you would. I knew
Well,
you would, Peter.
so I'm the only one with a yes. Do I win a prize?
Next week we'll figure out something.
We'll
But,
get
yeah,
you
we
a
got-
bowl of cereal.
That's what I was gonna say. We'll get you cereal.
We got the milk.
Nice. All right,
Were
you
you
give
like
me
almond?
you give me a starting kit on it.
You can open up the show with that.
but not for nothing. I would. Though. I'm giving the yes. I would. For real. I would.
Both of us would. It's like, I was like, yeah, okay.
I
You're like,
tasted
yeah.
it in the back of my throat.
I just want to throw
Is
up.
it Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch?
Right? Every time I hear about it, I
Just
just
throw
think that.
up all over the place.
You know what? To be honest with you know what, Khadijah? If I pitched fruit and something, maybe that would have worked as opposed to cereal.
Yeah, it's.
But you're
I think it's
changing it, though. You
easier,
can't
but
do that. But the question was the cereal. It has nothing to do with fruit. You can't keep changing it around. It's the cereal.
it's true. But
There's no,
I'm satisfied
which is
to know that I can do
impossible
either
anyway.
or.
See you again in the back of my throat. Stop.
Well, I want to thank Khadijah, our favorite millennial, for reminding me to go ask the question. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I know you guys you older people, your minds don't work as good as it used to, so I got you. Good.
Oh,
Travesty, that's a
Shots fired.
shots fired.
Travesty, you better handle that.
I'm a little late on
Travesty.
that one, but I caught
But
it.
Peter's older than me, though.
Wait a minute.
But you guys are both older than
I
me,
think he's
so
like 2 months on. What month was you born? March?
I'm January.
Oh, he's 3 months
You're
older
Cap.
than me. He's the oldest one.
Are you? Oh yeah.
I am a cap. That is very true.
Oh yeah, you and my brother got the same birthday. That's right.
Fine.
January. Wait. January what?
January
13.
13.
17?
13th. He was born on a Friday too.
I was
Okay.
not born on a Friday. I was born on a Sunday. Thank you very much.
It was Friday the 13th when you was born. I know.
Yes, that's true. I guess I really am. I
That's
am.
why you're so evil right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, come on. Really? I'm not evil, am I?
You're setting
That's
people
what
up.
listen.
You're setting people up. You are
Oh.
evil. Walk me into that penis plant.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
think
a
it was-
real it's a real plan. I want everybody to check it out. CNN had it as breaking news and it was emailed
I'm
to us.
gonna
several
Google.
times.
I just thought
I'm
you
gonna-
meant something
yeah.
else. That's all. I thought you meant something else.
I'm
It is a
thinking
true
you're like,
fact.
guys getting extensions. Like, why
That's what I
y'all
thought.
getting
That's what I thought
Yeah,
too. Like
no one
a
care-
penile
Men,
implant.
we don't
He said
care
blew
about the
up. That's what I thought he
extension.
was saying.
I did not say a penis implant. I said the penis plant.
But that's what it sounded like. You said.
Yeah, it did.
It sounded, you said, you led with that on purpose.
No, I said that this came through, and I just want to let everybody know that the penis plant bloomed after 20 years. It officially has bloomed.
Alright.
in the
I thought you
Netherlands.
said
I'm
blew-
thinking
blew up.
like
That's
they
what I
finally,
thought.
after 20 years, perfected the penis plant. Like the
Oh, yeah, the penis
implants,
plant, but not implant.
the extension stuff.
I'm
Oh.
thinking the same thing,
How's
Wilhelmina.
that even
That's why
follow?
she started talking about what she was
Can they
talking
still
about.
feel
And that's when
that?
you said, well, what does this have to do with the plant? Because we thought that's what you meant.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, listen, I'll tell you what, everybody, you know what? We are officially at the magic time now. So we'll go ahead and start the sign off.
Yeah,
Starting
we gotta
off-
go.
Yeah, starting off with Khadijah, our favorite millennial, signing off. Go ahead, Khadijah.
Peace, love, and happiness, guys. Hope you guys have a happy Halloween. I'd like to party tomorrow, but I got work Monday, so y'all got to do it for me.
Sparrow, on to you.
Happy Halloween. Watch out. Peace.
Watch out for them plants.
All right. Sparrow, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy the party tonight. Kristy, over to you.
All I could say is happy Halloween, everyone. Be safe tomorrow. Have fun, enjoy, and be present. We'll catch you next week.
All right. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Happy Halloween. Wear your mask. Be safe.
Yeah.
And don't eat any unwrapped candy. Okay. Travesty, over to you.
All right. Peace, everybody. We out.
Time, because I think it'll take 40 minutes to get back.